Luxury SUV buyers are often the most selective and most responsible with a lot of their money, and they know exactly the kind of vehicle they want to buy because they do their research. That's why if you're shopping for a new SUV in the luxury car segment for 2025, this here is the list that the smartest people will obviously go to if they're buying. Let's get into it now.
Life's too short to drive boring cars.
The first one on our list is this great little off-roading vehicle, clearly by Lexus. We know it's an upscale brand of Toyota, and of course it comes with all of the luxury amenities. You great LED headlights, you get laser cut wheels, some big step guards that help you get in. Of course, all kinds of nice, great detailing, and it has this wonderful flare right here. It's a good looking vehicle that does come, in fact, packed with technology and reliability that you can't ignore. It does, in fact, come with a possible upgraded third row for people that need that 7 passengers. It has some great technology. Love these beautiful light bar that they have here, and Lexus new script is absolutely stunning. The vehicle looks wonderful. It's also more or less a Toyota Land Cruiser platform, but the beauty is you get the third row with this vehicle, a much larger suite of technology on board, and the biggest thing of all is to consider this comes with Toyota and Lexus's 3.4 liter twin turbo V6 that produces a significant amount of performance, whereas the Toyota unfortunately comes with a 2.4 liter turbo and a small hybrid. This is definitely a strong drivetrain, great amenities, reliability that you simply can't ignore with a Lexus and Toyota product. And even though that 3.4 has had a small history of issues with the LX600 and the Toyota Tundra, there currently doesn't appear to be any in the manufacturing of any of these Lexus GX550. As you'll notice right here, this here in fact is the SUV of choice and one of my personal favorites if you want to go off-roading, city driving, all year round, maximum reliability, and you will get your money out of it if you're done with it in 5 or 10 years because the depreciation will be minimal. The Lexus GX550, definitely one you have to give a look. And new for 2025, we have one of the most luxurious SUVs you're going to find in this German car manufacturer. Of course, you get this big, beautiful new style of taillights by BMW, as you can see there. This one is the xDrive 40i. That means you get one of the most reliable drivetrains you can get in the BMW lineup, which is the B58. The 3 liter turbocharged 6 has a twin scroll single turbocharged engine. ZF 8-speed automatic transmission is one of their most reliable. This is one of their best bang for buck value add SUVs in the marketplace, and BMW definitely has been around a long time with the X5. As you can see, you get these beautiful headlights that's been updated, all kinds of new details right there. The whole front end looks quite dramatically different than the outgoing models. It's a good looking unit, different, more of a Can-Am style looking grille, more details there, fold away mirrors and their typical BMW handles. You do get all kinds of glass on the roof and the beautiful running gear on top. Lots of great detail there. And the overall packaging is one in which it just always answers all of the practical questions. But even Consumers Reports likes the BMW X5. The only thing I would offer up is stick with this turbocharged 6 and avoid the twin turbo V8 that you can get as an upgrade in the 50 series, because that will be a more problematic and a more costly SUV to maintain. The BMW X5 with the 40i series is definitely for the win. Reasonably durable, reasonably reliable, and extremely fun to drive. And if you're looking for a small luxury SUV that's maybe competitive with the likes of the Lexus NX and some of the other smaller SUVs in that capacity, but you want the high level of reliability that you know from Honda products, well, this might actually have you answered. This is a great looking little vehicle, and we're talking about one that clearly has all of the amenities, the LED lights, beautiful badging. Of course, you do get actual exhaust tips on these vehicles, beautiful alloy wheels, and look at some of the detailing along the side of these vehicles. You get fold away with all kinds of stripes and LEDs on the side as well, and a very aggressive looking front nose on there. You do get a large sunroof on top, like a lot of the luxury SUVs do get these days, and a very muscular looking stance. You get a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and clearly an overall look and reliability that is hard to beat with Honda products like you find with Acura. And the RDX, like we have right here, is one of those vehicles, if you want something a little bit better than a garden variety Toyota or Honda, but you want something without going and breaking the bank, this in fact could be your vehicle of choice. And for a luxury SUV, These ones are certainly not going to break the bank. They're going to be reliable, they're relatively economical with that Turbo 4, and you're going to have many years of fun. Resale is also not bad on modern Acura products, and the RDX just represents great value all the way around. Here's a luxury SUV that I test drove this year, and I was really impressed with it. I was impressed with the technology, the comfort, and more importantly, in the drivetrain options. And what we have here is a very reliable luxury SUV. Another one, of course, by Lexus. They do give you the big bold grille, and naturally get the wonderful LED headlights. And this is arguably one of the sportiest luxury SUVs in the Lexus lineup, largely based on the Toyota RAV4, but with much more style dialed in. Of course, we have these beautiful LED taillights and the light bar right here. I love the chrome trim and the detail along here, as well as, you know, easy access in. You get the big glass on the roof and a very bold looking sporty design. I love the styling. You get big alloy wheels, but most important, you get a host of different drivetrains. For example, this one here, you know, you do get the beautiful Lexus script, and here it's NX 350 all-wheel drive, which in this format, you get the standard 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. No hybrid on this particular unit, but right here you get the NX 350H. That means you get a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, and of course a hybrid drive associated with that. But you can also get a plug-in hybrid 450H Plus, which gives you the capability of plugging in and driving without any gas consumption for as much as 50 to 60 kilometers on that charge. It is an absolute magnificent vehicle, slightly smallish on the interior size and space and capacity, but it has enough to get 5 people around in comfort and enough storage. The only downside is it doesn't come with the full-size spare, and you're dealing with run flats instead, so it's taking up space, and the drive is a little bit more abrasive with that drivetrain. I will offer up as well, the suspension's a little soft, and it does feel a little bit less on the sporty side, but it does have the great looks, reliability, and economy to suit all of your luxury car needs. The Lexus NX of any type. Now here's the next one that has to make the grade for some of the best luxury SUVs for 2025. We have a restyled BMW. As you notice right here, this is a smaller subcompact or compact SUV. You get all of the great amenities. You do get a hybrid assist, and of course you get 2 of their most reliable drivetrains. You get the B48 as the turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder, or you get the B58, the turbo inline 6, and of course you can get one of the best handling SUVs in the marketplace. Of course, BMW always builds vehicles to drive fun and interesting. You get the big bold grille, LED headlights, a beautiful vehicle. You get all kinds of little detailing like that, and a little accents, the silver accents. Typical, sporty, lots of capability for this type of vehicle, even though it's a compact. You get LED taillights in this little X3. Quite an interesting little unit, but of course the 30i gives you the turbo 2-liter engine. You get some great exhaust tips under there. It's a lot of fun. It's a great, interesting, capable little SUV that provides a lot of bang for buck, and ultimately it is durable and reliable. Sure, no third row, no V8 engines, and it's not the fastest SUV in the market, but it does promise to be one of the more durable and reliable import German luxury SUVs that you'll find on the market today. If you've been looking for a true luxury vehicle, in this case, an SUV that's capable for going off-road, snowing conditions, potentially can hammer through the sand dunes, as well as almost anything else you can throw at it, this is what you're looking at here. The beauty is these often don't face that hard of a depreciation either, because unlike the GLS Mercedes-Benz, the GLE, which is their mid-size, or even the GLC like we're looking at right here, tend to be a little bit on the fragile side. What we're looking at with the G Wagon is a vehicle that was designed and built for people for off-roading capability. It has a very commercial feel to it. It's sturdy, luxurious, has all of the luxury amenities built on a truck type platform, and it can tolerate hard driving, hard use, and it has the luxury amenities that you could possibly ask for. The added bonus with this vehicle, you also get a level of depreciation that is very, very minimal. We saw the last couple years what it was like to try to get your hands on a G-Wagon like this. You had to pay a premium dollar, and they still hold their value very well. You do get this glorious, beautiful headlight scheme. Of course, this one has this great bumper grille and the big 3-pointed star. Look at this, everything's built for function. It's not all pretty and dolled up. It's meant to actually tolerate the off-road use. Of course, you get the fold-away mirrors here, and naturally old school handles that are very beefy. Step guards, of course, you get the extra exhaust tips here, and massive wheels. Red AMG calipers, and it's an absolute gorgeous unit. Look, extra ventilation here, access to the back in this G63, and this beautiful steel wheel cover right here on this AMG version. Gorgeous, easy to get in, low doors. The Mercedes AMG G Wagon, like we're looking at right here, that only a face a mother can love, but yet it has all the luxury and the durability you could ever want in a three-pointed star vehicle. That's one you have to give a look. And if for some odd little reason you're still looking for something a little more economical than a twin turbo V8 like in these AMGs, then there will be a hybrid available for 2025. You definitely got to give the G Wagon a look. Maybe not the most reliable, but certainly one of the longest standing, most durable and reputable luxury SUVs on the planet. And when it comes to luxury SUVs, there's definitely one that has to be considered, and we're talking about the Porsche, and I truly believe this is their best SUV all the way around. While the Cayenne offers you more space, this particular SUV strictly gives you performance. You get a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, and you can get either a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with about 260 horsepower under the hood, or you can step it up to a 2.9 liter twin turbo V6 that belts out a blistering 0 to 60 time of about 3.8 seconds versus the base being 5 seconds. The S model is the engine to have, but specifically any of the Macans that you're looking at right here are always going to be a delight to drive. They're sport tuned, and they're a Porsche first and an SUV second, so you definitely can't go wrong. You get all of the great amenities, the great looking front headlights on these vehicles. Love the styling of the front end of these vehicles. You can't really go wrong. Here's a 24, here's a 24. You'll notice quite different, but still Macans nonetheless. You can't go wrong. It's a great looking vehicle, beautiful mirrors. Of course, you do get glass on top, and you can enjoy all of the sunlight in there while you're ripping around having a lot of fun. They definitely build second to none in terms of overall quality, and Porsche definitely makes the performance, fit and finish, and none of it is absolutely regrettable. These vehicles are well put together, extremely exciting to drive, electrifying, and certainly one you have to look at. But I will mention that you have to expect slightly higher than regular maintenance as well as repair costs when something breaks on them. They are built to Porsche standards after all, but every time between connecting the dots, the driving experience is second to none, and the Porsche Macan is certainly one with luxury, sport, and excitement all wrapped up into one. Now, another great SUV in the luxury car segment you can't ignore. If you don't necessarily want all of that body on frame truckness right there with the GX, and maybe you want something a little larger than the Lexus NX series of SUVs like this right here, well, this is what we've got you covered. This is a unibody platform SUV, much larger than the NX, but feels very much like an NX, just more space and capacity. You get more space in the front, the middle, as well as the back for storage room. Of course, you do get this beautiful new detail here as well, and Lexus is doing great things with this light bar, and this new script does make the brand feel a little more fresh. This one here is an RX 450H Plus all-wheel drive. And with this, you get multiple different drivetrains options as well. Unfortunately, the old 3.5 liter V6 that's naturally aspirated is gone for Lexus, and has been now for a couple of years. But fortunately, Lexus and Toyota still maintain a high level of reliability. You can get anything from a 2.4 liter turbo 4, 2.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated, teed up of course to a hybrid, and a variety of different drivetrains in that regard. You get all of the great technology, LED lights, beautiful wheels, love that gunmetal gray LC500 type mirrors on there, and look, two-tone handles, beautiful. I also like what they're doing now with the RX, the swooping lines like this, and the more aggressive finishing at the tail end. As already mentioned, of course, you get more detail like this, painted fender flares, and again, this light bar back here just adds a touch of flair and pizzazz to these vehicles. I personally love the RX series, provides a lot of room, amenities, luxury, and after owning one for 5 to 10 or beyond years, you won't feel like the depreciation has absolutely cleaned out your wallet. Any of these Lexus vehicles are clearly easy to own, reliable, durable, and will outpace almost any one of their competition, whether you want to go off-roading or whether you want something that's a little bit more mainstream for tooling around in the city and the snow and the ice. Lexus has you covered, and the RX, like this vehicle, is one of their very best. And here we have a full-size luxury SUV you're going to find from the upscale Honda brand, and we're dealing with an Acura. As you can tell, very glorious looking front grille on here. I definitely love these very low profile headlights. Gorgeous. You get the aggressive looking front amenities, the grille that absolutely looks sporting, and naturally you get some beautiful alloy wheels. This is an A spec. You do get fold away mirrors, and I love these old school handles. All the way around here, you get almost like a Hofmeier's kink right here. Looks very nice, very German-like. You get the rear wiper and a very strong looking rear stance. You also happen to get a 3-row here in this particular vehicle. This does give you some practicality and luxury all wrapped up into one. Now, because it's a Honda product, you are going to get a strong reputation for reliability. You get a couple of great engine choices from one of their most durable, tried and true 3.5-liter V6 engine with about 280 horsepower as a standard drivetrain. You can also step up to a turbocharged 3-liter that bumps up the power significantly, up to over 350 horsepower. And of course, automatic transmissions. None of that CVT nonsense in here. These are very reliable, very punchy, practical, and of course, with the extra seating, these vehicles do represent one of the most economical, value-packed, and reliable, luxurious SUVs you can find on the market today. So buying one of these modern-day Acuras like this and an MDX format, full of great details like LEDs on the taillights, headlights, and all of the technology buried inside, means that you're likely not going to feel guilty after owning one of these for 5 or 10 years. Depreciation won't hurt too bad, and you won't spend your arm and 3 legs at the service shop every second week like you will with a modern day Range Rover. The Acura MDX, definitely for the win. And with all of that said, if you're wondering and you're trying to avoid some of the biggest junkers for 2025, right there, big video, you're gonna love it. It's gonna help you avoid some of the biggest pitfalls. Hope to see each and every one of you all on the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.